Welcome back. This is Awaken the Drummer, the show where we find that part of yourself that's creative, that's spontaneous, that can improvise, that's flexible and adaptive, that's just sitting dormant. And I'm James. In this lesson, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a quick little exercise you can run yourself through just before you're about to pitch that high pressure meeting or before you're about to do your dance performance and all the pressure's on and you feel like you don't want to mess it up and you want to do your best thing. But the problem is all that pressure creates a lot of tension in yourself and a lot of thinking, and this fucks us up. Your inner genius, it is totally squashed because you're from the neck up. You're like totally in your head, not in your body. So I'm gonna give you a quick little audio exercise you can listen to just before you go and tackle that wild tiger, and you'll be fully prepped and everyone will be like, oh my God, where did that come from? And you'll be like, I don't know. You know, you don't even have to shout out, yo, my homie James at Awaken the Drummer gave me this sick thing. You don't even need to say that. You just be like, oh what? Yeah, no, that was nothing. Psh. Because you're an artist and you're humble. So the inspiration for this video lesson that I'm doing now came from last week. Last week I was recording the video Drop Into the Body. Check that out here. I'm recording a video about dropping into the body, and the whole goddamn time I was in my head. Cut to footage. So in this video, we're gonna go straight into the exercise. Okay, well, of where the secret
Flipper, fudge you flipping biscuit.
So as you can see, I'm messing up all the takes. I was getting frustrated. I'm totally in my head. I'd watched far too many YouTube videos on how to record YouTube videos, and I wasn't able to just flow with the content because I knew what I had to say, but ultimately I was trying to force it with my mind. Until this point when I realized it. Show footage. It's so funny. I'm recording this video about dropping into your body. And the whole motherfucking time, I've been in my head. So every single take that I've done has been disconnected, super rehearsed, no real life force popping out of it. And that's a prime example of how the mind comes in, tries to force this creative process. I've been so up here the whole time. And after that point, dropped into my body and did the best take of the whole day. The take that I ended up using. So in a second, I'm gonna go step by step through what that process is of quickly dropping in and getting out of my head just before I had to do that take. Let's dim the lights. Let's put a nice image in front. Yeah, all right, sick. And I'll put on the deep, softly spoken guidance, meditation, guru voice.
All right, so you're just about to go and perform. It doesn't matter what that is. Maybe it's a artistic performance. Could be some kind of sports event, some competition of any kind, or just something at work, a job interview, some kind of pitch. Regardless, you want to tap into that part of yourself that's more free and flowing and not that's so stifled and in your head. You want to get into flow. So I'm going to start this whole thing by reassuring you that you are in flow. Flow isn't something you need to put in any effort to achieve the state of flow. Flow is who you are. Now I know what you're thinking, James, that's some new age woo-woo bullshit. But bear with me. You're always in flow. Flow is a state that's always there and always accessible for you effortlessly. There's just one problem, that your mind gets in the way. That's the one problem. Your mind has many things to say about what you're about to do. You're very invested in the outcome of what you're about to do. You want it to go well. And if it doesn't go well, this means X, Y, and Z about you or about your prospects for the future. And if you do well, you'll get X, Y, and Z. Things will be better for you. This is the break you've always needed. And so on and so forth. So, to find this flow and to see through these thoughts as just obstacles, we're going to take our attention away from the external goal or the external viewpoint that this thought is pointing us towards, which is, after I've done this, I will get X, Y, and Z. We want to bring in your focus a lot shorter. In fact, let's bring it all the way into this moment right now. Forget about all that kind of stuff. And if that thought comes back, that's totally fine. You can see it for what it is, as a distracting thought that's taking you out of your flow. Because remember, flow's here, flow's effortless. Flow is who you are. Of course, how could it not be? You've practiced for this. You're in this position right now because you're the right person to be doing this. You're the right person for the job, you're the right person for this speech or performance or game. Life wouldn't put you here if you weren't ready for this challenge. And these thoughts take you out of the mindset that I can do this to, what if I can't do this? What does it mean about me? So right now, we're just going to go into your body, because in your body, these thoughts don't exist. All that exists is sensation. And that sensation is just an experience. And all of this is experience, including when you go out there and do your thing. That will be an experience. It will be fleeting, and ultimately doesn't mean anything about who you are. So you want to give yourself plenty of space just to be able to do what you do best. So right now, feel your body. What does that mean? Feel sensations of your body. Maybe there's a temperature in the room. Maybe you can feel the feeling of clothes in contact with your skin, or you can feel your weight against whatever surface you're sitting or standing on. Feel that. Notice if your mind wants to come in and say, we've not got time for this, we got to be thinking about what we're supposed to be doing. Because we know that thinking about the act is not going to help us. It's going to put us into our head. Right now we need to be in touch with our body. Because our body's here in this moment. It can adapt, it's flexible, it's competent, we can trust it. But the mind thinks that it can't be trusted, so it goes up and tries to think its way out of this problem. And it's not really a problem. Feel those sensations. Go back to them. Every time the mind brings in a perspective, you can choose whether or not to continue putting your energy into that mind stream, or whether you want to put your attention into this moment and your body. Take a deep breath and feel how that feels in your body. You can't control what happens. That's the mind's work. The mind's strategy is to control what's going to happen. And ultimately, you can't control it. You can just be you, do what you do, and understand the mind needs to step out of the way. So, you're going to stand up now. You're going to go and do your thing. You're more than equipped to recognize when the mind comes in and kills your flow and gets you trying too hard to achieve an outcome. And just get back to this simple experience of being in your body and putting one foot in front of the other, be it physically or metaphorically. You just put one foot in front of the other. You go, you move. You got this. Don't worry. You are flow.
Great. And with that in mind, go straight to whatever you need to do. You've got the best shot of letting yourself perform and do it how you're supposed to do it, how you know you need to do it, and that self-trust comes in. And because I'm such a great friend, I'm going to take that audio, condense it into a little MP3 file, and if you check the link below, then you're going to be able to download that MP3, put it on your phone, take it around with you, and whenever you have to do that thing, you can stick in your headphones, go to the toilet, put the seat down, put the other seat down so there's no water exposed, so you just sat on a clean toilet, put in your earphones, go through the exercise, I'm ready. And then eventually you'll be able to internalize this for yourself and be able to go through that process without having to rely on the video, and it'll just become a part of who you are. And then life is always about catching yourself when you're too much in your head, when you're doing your work, when you're doing your thing, and being like, oh, just like I did, you go, oh, I need to drop back down. Good. And you can really maximize the effectiveness of how deep into this place you go. So it will work right off the bat anyway, and you'll get results. But if you really want to deepen the effectiveness and maximize how effective this is, you need to spend time outside of doing that exercise in dropping in, when you've got free time, when you've got nothing that's pressing, and you can fully put your attention inside. And I'll go through exactly those steps in this video. So check that out now if you want to deepen the effectiveness of this little exercise. And the more you go into that, the more it amplifies the power of just dropping in for a few seconds just before you have to perform. So I hope you got some value from this. If you did get any value from this video, I'd love it if you could like, subscribe, and ring the bell. It really helps the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.